Welcome, Malaysia. This is The Breakfast Show, the show worth waking up for. It's sharp 8:30 a.m. on 7th September. First up, we're going to be inviting a motivational speaker, entrepreneur who made his first million here in Malaysia. He's from England, actually.
He is he?
A posh man, but of course, you can make money anywhere in the world. He's decided that Malaysia is going to be it. He's written a book, which is the #1 bestseller in MPH, and we have him right here for you, exclusive on The Breakfast Show. Now, we're going to have an interview with someone who started off in the doldrums and made his way, clawed his way to the top. And it's no different from us laymen, any one of you watching at this very point in time. Now, here's the thing about Malaysians. We're very nice people, you know. Especially if you go out to a pasar malam, you know. If you bargain, you usually will get the price that you want. Usually, you know. But here's the thing: when you've spent a lot of time with someone, and you know, you've given it your all, to ask for something is really, really alien to Malaysians. Now, we're going to talk about this, especially you just have to know when to close the deal. Now, the person who knows most about this, let's speak to Mr. Marco Robinson, author of this best-selling book. It's #1 in MPH bookstores right now, and he's also the Chief Executive Officer of Generation Sdn.Bhd. Now, that's a long way coming then from eating pea sandwiches, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Yes.
Welcome to the show,
Thank
Marco.
you. Good morning. Nice to meet you.
Sir. And I love a man who wears pink. He's truly confident.
Yes, I love pink.
Yeah, and I never
Sometimes.
wear it. I never wear it. No.
You look good in pink.
Myself?
I think you would.
All right.
You can borrow my shirt later. Okay.
We'll have a quick change after
Okay.
this. All right. First of all, how would you describe yourself? Are you intrinsically a salesman?
Yes.
Yes?
Intrinsically, I'm a communicator.
Communicator, that's the word.
So I love to be around people, I love to build relationships. To me, I have the most fun meeting people, getting to know people, and, you know, having fun like we're having fun now. We're having a conversation on TV, which is fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, you're on TV, right?
Because you know, something that I'm sure many people out there, I always dreamed of writing a book and being on TV. So now I've fulfilled that dream.
There you go.
So I'm also having extra goosebumps today. Yes.
All right, but it wasn't all a bed of roses. When did you start off?
Well, basically, I went to school but didn't spend much time at school because I hated school. So I left at 16, 17, and then I did part-time jobs and jobs in shops, retail, that kind of stuff. And then one day, a friend of mine approached me and said, "Listen, do you want to sell timeshare?" I said, "No way, I want to do that." And he said, "It's commission only." I said, "Definitely no way I want to do that." But the life I was in, it was in a very small town. I was just fed up and bored, so I thought, what the hell, why not give it a shot?
Yeah, there you go.
So I went to this job in Manchester, which is about 30 miles away from where I live. And for the first 4 weeks, to cut a long story short, I didn't sell any timeshare. In fact, I was the worst salesperson in the office, and there was 50 salespeople there, can you imagine?
Oh, a lot of competition.
So I was thinking, is sales for me? Because I wasn't getting any results, and more importantly, I wasn't making any money, and I couldn't eat or pay for things anymore, because I didn't have any savings.
Tough,
and I couldn't borrow from my parents because they didn't have any money either. So what do you do?
All right.
What do you do? So you know, it was that bad that I had to walk to where I was living 7 miles for a week. Each night, every day, because I had no friends in where we lived either. Then one day, a guy who was working there, the top salesman, gave me a book. And the book was called Bring Out the Magic in Your Mind. He said, "Listen, you need to read this book." And I never read a book before. This was 21.
That's a new one, huh?
So it's the first book and the first self-help book.
All right.
So he said, read it again, don't tell anyone you're reading it. So I went back, I'd read it 6 times.
Wow.
And the following day, I came to the office and I sold 3 sales worth £30,000.
All right.
Became the salesperson of the month, salesperson of the year 3 years running, sales manager of the year, youngest sales manager of the company, and I was running the sales and marketing by the age of 25, all of the group.
A total turnaround with that one
turnaround.
self-help book.
Yeah.
So what's different now?
The difference now is that I know what it takes to be successful. I know you have to go through a process to get there, and I know you have to... See, one of the things I didn't consider valuable was learning. I didn't consider school because I just hated school.
You prefer School of Hard Knocks?
I just knew the information school that I was learning was... I mean, history was not going to help me make money, right? Quadratic equations in maths were not going to help me make money. So what's the point?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, but I learned now that to learn is your greatest asset. And now I learn every day something new. So, you know, even at my age, only 25 still.
Really, 25?
Can't you tell?
Looking very good.
I'm a very young 41, dear, just a year older than you.
All right, and now, sans a few years later, you're here in Malaysia. You were here since 1997,
yes.
I understand. smack dab during the Asian recession.
Came here during the last economic crisis, which is far worse than it is now, by the way.
Exactly. And how did you make your millions at that point in time?
Well, I made a lot of money before I came here.
Okay.
And the group that I was working for was bought over by an American company who we didn't get along with, so we left, basically.
Damn Yanks.
Yes, damn Yanks, there you go. So we got offers all over the world, and one of them was Malaysia. Never heard of Malaysia. With respect, never heard of it.
Goodness
heard of Singapore, never heard of Malaysia.
We're a Commonwealth country, for goodness sake. Okay.
And people around me said, don't go there, it's third world, people live in trees and all this kind of thing. And the smog and all that, you know, on TV, everyone was wearing a mask at the time. So they said, the Malaysians actually came over to see us, to listen. It's nothing like that. They were laughing with tears because they couldn't believe what they were hearing. So when they said, come over, first class, but no obligation, if you don't like it, go back. So we flew over, me and my partner, and we were like, wow, this is fantastic. This is just not what we thought it was like. And I went back the week later, sold my house, sold my furniture, sold my wife, sold my kids, I sold everything.
You get a couple of dollars for that?
I sold everything and came here because I just knew the potential.